All right, guys, back with another video for you today. Another boatload of great deals on fragrances, highly discounted offerings today. And I've got about, 15 to 20 fragrances that I've set aside to talk to you guys about. If you're in the market for these, a lot of these are at least 50% off, maybe some even more than 50% off. But some great fragrances that I've spoken about, maybe some I haven't spoken about much, if at all, but I want to highlight them for you guys. So if you're in the market for these fragrances, you're going to take advantage of them and buy them and save the money, because fragrances out there are quite expensive and I'm a discount shopper. I love to save. And so I'm constantly searching for stuff online to buy myself. And so I'm also doing it for you guys to check out as well. In this video, I'm not going to talk about anything new that I'm buying. My schedule has ramped up again, and right now we're kind of thinking about year 2 of ScentFest SF, but no dates have been confirmed, but most likely it'll be June next year. But I wasn't able to set aside fragrances that I'm buying specifically for through this video. But today I've got some awesome deals. Let's get started with the first fragrance. Going to the house of FREDERIC Malle, it's Rose Cuir. So this is normally $410. It's currently $200. So it's around 50% discount, a little more than 50% discount on this. And if you love the idea of geranium, and geranium with bringing out its rosy nuances, this is the fragrance for you. So they're using geranium here to create that rosy effect. And if you don't know much about geranium, I have a video on the channel about geranium if you want to go catch that video. But geranium has rosy touches and also minty touches. And you kind of get both of it here. It's kind of a very stemmy take on this aromatic floral note or herbal note. It's kind of like to me, it's kind of herbal, but not necessarily something you can consume. So it's kind of has that flower. So to me, it also kind of reminds me a little bit of citronella, but it's a great smell. And with this one, they brought out the greenness and also the rosy touches. And eventually it kind of gets leathery on the dry down. So if you like the idea of green leather fragrances, definitely try this one. And as I said, it's normally $410. Its suggested retail price is $410 for 100 ml, and you can get it discounted, highly discounted at $200. So you're saving more than 50% on that. And it's a great fragrance created by Jean-Claude Elena. And Jean-Claude Elena is known for minimalistic fragrances. That's not necessarily super minimalistic. I really do enjoy that one a lot. So I've used quite a bit. This launched in 2019, same time as The Moon by FREDERIC Malle, and both of those fragrances I enjoy quite a bit. And right now you can take advantage of that and get it at the discount. So next one we're going to talk about is Rosendo Mateu's number 3. This one right here. You can see my screen in there. These reflective bottles are crazy. Rosendo Mateu number 3 I think is perfect for summer wear. It's neroli, iris, and white musk. Musky fragrances are clean. This is a very clean fragrance, but it does go powdery. So if you like powdery, you're going to enjoy this one. It's very powdery, and you get powdery effect from white musk, also from the neroli, but I think what's creating a lot of powder here is the iris note here. And it's a gorgeous citrus floral of neroli mixed in with that powdery iris. There's definitely some creaminess in there as well. And of course, you've got the musky notes. I didn't realize this was so good. I had kind of like put it away and not really enjoyed a lot, even though, I've worn a bit of it, but I just pulled it out today and it smells fantastic. It is a bit warm and also a bit muggy. So I think this is perfect for that kind of weather. Normally it's around $220 for 100 ml, like this bottle here. It's currently $90 for 100 ml. So you're saving more than 50% off of this. So it's a great smell. If you like the idea of a powdery citrus floral fragrance with a lot of white musk, clean white musk, this also has some soapy qualities. I recommend you try that. That is a really, really great fragrance. Rosendo Mateu's number 3. I'm actually going to pull it out and take it on my little vacation I'm going on next week, because I think it's going to smell great. I'm going into the Central Valley area, Napa Valley area, and it's going to be hot. So this will be perfect for the heat. So anyway, that is Rosendo Mateu's number 3. Not one that's spoken about a lot, but it does smell really great. And at $90 for 100 ml is a great price. So that is Rosendo Mateu. Spanish house. We've got another Spanish house here. This is a designer, a clothing designer. This is Loewe's Esencia Pour Homme into Eau de Toilette concentration. Just giving you a heads up, this is the previous bottle. You won't get a bottle like this if you buy this. You'll get the new uniform bottle. But what I like about this one, if you guys are into old school fragrances, you'll really like this, especially fragrances like Polo. This is more of a fougere, but I think it does have some chypre qualities. It's green and mossy, and also aromatic and spicy. And right now you can get it for $95 in the 100 ml. Normally, this is suggested retail price is $190. And for some reason, Loewe fragrances don't get very discounted. Like, they don't get super discounted. So this is a designer offering. It is about 50% off, but it's not, I can't find it for a lot less. But this stuff is so good, really, really awesome. To me, it acts more like a fougere, but there are some chypre qualities in there because of the mossy notes in the base. But it's fantastic green if you like fragrances like Dracar Noir, meshed with something like Polo Green. Definitely a fragrance you should try. And from what I've read, it's a Olivier Cresp creation. So great scent here. This is one of Loewe's earlier releases. This is Esencia Pour Homme in the Eau de Toilette. Make sure it's the Eau de Toilette. I have everything timestamp tagged, by the way. If you're in the market for these, get them from the links. If you don't know how it works, I keep hearing that you guys don't know how it works. So on the left, the bottom, there's a little button on the screen. On the phone, you could see it. It's a little button. Look for it. It sometimes rotates between a little icon and an image of the perfume that I'm talking about. You click that, it should open something else, either on the side on a computer or on the bottom on a phone. And that's where all the products are. So, and this, make sure it's the EDT. That's what I'm talking about. The EDP doesn't smell like this. The EDP to me smells like inspired by Aventus. So, well, you might like that one more than this, but this is the one I'm talking about. And right now, 100 ml is $95 compared to 100 ml for $190. Now we're going to a house called BornToStandOut. And this is a really recent offering from this house. This is Cola Addict, 50 ml for $125. Already at the discounters, and it just came out. This suggested retail price is around $220. So this is about $100 off, not 50% off, but it's, to me, it's not one of my favorite offerings from the house. It's fizzy, sweet, sugary, and also creamy at the same time, and the spices running throughout it. But if you're a fan of the house and you haven't tried it yet, you can pick it up for $125 because it is highly discounted. Now, again, not 50% off, but you can get it for pretty discounted is what I'm trying to say. But again, it's kind of fizzy. It's also creamy. There's a velvety smoothness about it. And it's citrusy. It's juicy somewhat, but also spicy and woody in the base. Not my all-time favorite from the house, unfortunately. It's not, I'm not feeling this one as much, but I am just highlighting it for you guys to know. And if you've been in the market and you heard about it, you want it, try it. Again, I have my favorites from the house. Filthy Musk is one of my all-time favorites. Drunk Lovers is also great, but this one is okay. It's not anything spectacularly special. Now let's move on to the house of Xerjoff. We've got Renaissance, 1861 Renaissance, the minty, fresh, citrusy fragrance. And this is currently 100 ml for $150 as a tester, 100 ml for $161 full presentation. And it doesn't look like I wrote down the suggested retail price, but it's probably around $300, if not more, maybe $290. But to me, this is a clean, minty, fresh fragrance. Nothing like the Torino 21 that is also minty. This is mint, but I feel like the mint in this is dry. It's a dried mint, like the ones you get in the jars. So not a fresh mint like Torino 21 to me smells very fresh. And I always get that kind of tea effect with it, like you've seeped mint and lemon. So they're completely different. The mint in this is acting dry, just like the mint in You or Someone Like You. So if you like that kind of dry minty effect with a lot of citruses, and there's a kind of a creamy pulpy effect with the citruses in this, I think you would enjoy it. I have a relative who, we went shopping for perfume one time, and she completely fell in love with this fragrance and had to buy it on the spot. So sometimes fragrances do that, you know, like you've never smelled something, especially if you're someone that hasn't really dug into perfumes, and it just clicks with you and you're all like, oh my God, that is such a great scent. I want to own it. So that kind of happened with me recently with a relative, but that is a great scent. I don't speak about it too much, but now that I'm smelling it here, it's quite nice. It's a citrus that's not super tart, so it's got some sweetness in it. So that is Renaissance 1861 Renaissance. It's 100 ml 150 tester, 100 ml 161 full presentation. Full retail price is around $300 for that one. So you're getting about 50% off on that. So now I've got two fragrances from Maison Crivelli. We've got Oud Stallion first, and you can get a tester for, I think it's a tester, around $190 for the Oud Stallion. And this is a Jordi Fernandez creation. And it's a straightforward oud. Lots of oud here. It's spices, woods, some ambery notes, and I think leather as well. I think it's definitely got leather in the notes, but not one of my all-time favorites from the house, but I enjoy this one. Unlike the Cola Addict, I don't think I'm a big fan of that. This one is enjoyable. It's a very kind of mass appealing oud. It's also super strong. It's quite spicy, very oudy, woody. I don't know how naturalistic the oud is in this, because it's not coming off very animalic, so I think it's totally wearable, but very Middle Eastern leaning for sure. So it's 50 ml 190, normally 50 ml for $350. It's highly discounted. If you're in the market for it, get it. Those prices will not last. Check it out. And then next, another fragrance from the same house, Cuir Infrarouge. So I can't remember who did this one. Anybody know? Is it Jordi Fernandez? I can't remember. This was actually exclusive for a while at Selfridges. And it's a nice leather. It's not oudy whatsoever. It's also kind of fruity. And I've heard people mention, oh, it smells like, Tuscan leather and things like that. It doesn't smell like it to me. Yeah, sure, it's leathery. Maybe it might have some, light touches of something like that, but to me, it's its own leather fragrance with a fruitiness. I enjoy this one more than Oud Stallion, I should say. I like it. It's brighter, and it's not saying it's fresher, but there's something a bit more welcoming for me in comparison to Oud Stallion, which I find a bit boring, even though, as I said, I enjoy it and I would wear it more than Cola Addict. But this Cuir Infrarouge is 50 ml for $220, so it's more expensive than the Oud Stallion, but it is also discounted. 50 ml normally is $350, so it's a great price. So if you're in the market for these fragrances from Maison Crivelli, there's discounts happening right now. Take advantage and save your money and start wearing these fragrances, because some of these are really super potent. They're going to be perfect for autumn and winter wear. Now we're going to talk about Costume National. We've got several fragrances here from the house, and if you're in the market for these fragrances, take advantage. First of which is THRU. THRU is one of the latest fragrances from Costume National. It's a marine fresh citrus fragrance and very pleasant. It has the kind of minerally touches, but super refreshing, and the reminder of the sea breeze, the marine notes and things like that. So there's maybe perhaps something seaweedy or algae-like, but it's meshed with a lot of juicy citruses. So I don't have suggested retail prices for these, because I don't find a retailer like in the States that's selling them. but right now this is highly discounted for $55 in 100 ml. Most likely they're around $150 to $200 for these suggested retail price. So I think the prices are great. This is Celine Burrell Perfumer, I believe. So that's see-through, very clever name. And let's move on to PAPERPLANE next. PAPERPLANE by Costume National is also 100 ml for $55. So this is, to me, kind of it's a little bit like Molecule 1 or something in that genre, but a lot more amped up with more happening in it rather than something minimalistic. So it does come off musky, but it's also very peppery, spicy, and woody. Lots of woods here, and aromatic notes, light aromatic notes thrown in. So it's kind of complex, but it's powdery. And just imagine how the PAPERPLANE floats. There's definitely that kind of a quality here with this fragrance because it's not super dense. But you'll notice the peppery touches, the woods, and you'll also notice some spices and aromatics. And of course, it's a powdery at the same time. So it's a bit minimalistic, but it's more than a minimalistic fragrance. It's a bit more complex. So that's PAPERPLANE, 100 ml for $55. It's a great price on that one right now. Take advantage of these before they run out. Then we've got this Supergloss. This is Supergloss right here. It's a Dominique Ropion creation. I think this is a Dominique Mulhausen creation. I think that's the perfumer. Here, Supergloss is fruity and kind of makeup-y. So this is currently 100 ml for $40 as a tester bottle, or 100 ml for $45 as a full presentation. You get the box with it. And these prices, as I said, are kind of in the ballpark of $150 to $200 in 100 ml. So you're saving quite a bit. This is acting a little bit more like a cheaper style as well. I feel like there's rose here. There's patchouli. It's fruity. There's a fruitiness, but it's also a bit waxy. Just imagine those wax lips as a kid that you probably were chewing on or chomping on, giving me that kind of a waxy vibe with fruits in it, because those were quite fruity. But this is also a bit violety. It's powdery and lots of rose as well. So that is Supergloss from the House of Costume National. That's 100 ml for $40 as a tester, or 100 ml for $45 as full presentation. Now we've got So Nude, this one right here. So Nude, 100 ml for $51. This to me is like a skin scent, but clean, and it's a bit beachy. I feel like there's a creamy, beachy, coconutty effect happening, but it's kind of like close to the skin, doesn't project too much. There's some light vanillic touches. It's on the sweet side a little bit, but not super sweet because it's also a bit spicy at the same time. But it does act, I should also say there's something very floral, like tuberose happening. So there's a lot going on here. It's a very modern tuberose or something white floral like that. But to me, it's acting personal, close to the skin, and kind of creamy and velvety, smooth and sweet at the same time. But don't forget, there's spices here as well. So that is So Nude from the House of Costume National. That is 100 ml for $51. So great price. Then we've got Scent, 100 ml, $55. This is fairly new for me, and it's the precursor of Scent Intense, and I'll get to Scent Intense in a little bit. And my bottle of Scent Intense is from about 15 years ago. This bottle is almost finished. I need to get another bottle. And I wore that quite a bit. But Scent is 100 ml for $55. It's a fresher take on Scent Intense, by the way. And so it's spicy, it's earthy, woody, and clean at the same time. And I think it's created by Laurent Bruyere, who also did Scent Intense. But there's light hints of amber in this, and I think that's the direction Scent Intense goes in. It becomes very ambery, but it's a great signature. I really love the way it smells. I'm so used to the Scent Intense. Scent itself is acting very light and more minimalistic, and I'm kind of expecting it to develop into its density that Scent Intense has, but it doesn't. So it's almost like a sheer version of it, lighter version of it, a cleaner version of it. And again, also easier to wear version of it. So that is Scent, 100 ml, $55. Now we've got Scent Intense, 100 ml for $59. This is probably one of the more popular fragrances from the house. And of course, there's Costume National Homme as well. I think the brand is known for Homme, and I think this is probably number 2, Scent Intense. It's a Dominic, I think it's a, no, it's not a Dominic Ropian. I think Laurent Bruyere worked with Dominic Ropian. I think that's what happened. I don't know what happened to the Laurent Bruyere, but this is something I wore so much of. In fact, I used to smell this at Barney's. Barney's used to sell Costume National. And it's ambery, but still keeping the same DNA here that is present in scent, but it's also a lot deeper and much more prominent, and it has more depth. But it's spicy, it's a little bit peppery, slightly sweet, but a little bit tart, and also amber with the resinous touches. So that is Scent Intense from the house of Costume National. That's 100 ml for $59. So again, all the Costume National scents are probably somewhere between $150 to $200. So take advantage of these right away, because I rarely see Costume National at retailers. I'm hoping they found distribution after showing their fragrances at our show, Scentfest SF. But in the meantime, they're online right now, so get them before they run out. So the next fragrance I'm talking about is Mancera's Explicit Vanilla. This one right here. This was a recent mystery box feature, and right now you can buy it for 120 ml, $80. It might be a tester for that price. Normally it's 120 ml for $200. So this is such a personal offering. It's very personal. It's a very light fragrance. So this is a perfect fragrance to layer with, I think, because it's not one of those fragrances that screams too loud. It doesn't have a lot of projection. It sits very close to the skin. And so it needs some depth. And this is the thing that you could do with this. So if you have a bottle of Mancera's Explicit Vanilla, and perhaps you have a bottle of Thomas Cosmala's No. 4 Après l'Amour, you layer those two together to get something like vanilla powder. Have you guys tried something like that? Let's go ahead and try it right now. So what I'm going to do is layer it down first, spray first the Thomas Cosmala, because to me, it's so big and base forward, base heavy. And so I want that as the base. And then even though vanilla is a base note as well, I feel like the Thomas Cosmala No. 4 Après l'Amour is much stronger. So I'm going to spray the vanilla on top. And you get something like vanilla powder. Oh my God, that's so good. If you can't afford the vanilla powder, which is so popular nowadays, this is your version of a layering combo you can do to create the vanilla powder. So I'm not sure how much No. 4 Après l'Amour is selling for right now, but it's probably somewhere around $100 to $110 at the discounter, and I'll tag it as well right next to the Explicit Vanilla. And so if you don't want to spend full retail on this, you get 2 fragrances that you can wear separately and also layer together to create something like vanilla powder. But that's what I like about Explicit Vanilla. It's normally like the brand Mancera and Montal are so super strong. This to me is not. I was surprised how close to the skin and personal it was. So you can do that with it unless you like that, personal quality about it and wear it on its own. At least that's how it acts to me. So it leaves room for layering, and then you could do that with these 2 fragrances. So anyway, try that and let me know. Come back here and let me know, because to me, it reminds me of vanilla powder. I'm not saying it's 100% identical because the brands don't use the same ingredients, but you get that kind of an effect. All right, next we're going to the house of Marc-Antoine Barrois, Ganymede, 100 ml for $165. As a tester, this is normally 100 ml for $300, so it's almost 50% off, and this is one of the most popular fragrances out there currently. I absolutely love this. It's a great scent. It's the Violet Leaves Ozonic Immortelle, and minerally, kind of woody, spicy, slightly leathery, but not too much. But also it has this kind of juicy apple crispness in there. And I think we're getting that from the violet leaves. But I think it's very sexy. And I think it's a DNA that is used a lot. And I think once this came out, a lot of brands wanted their own version of this because they see how popular it got. And then the rest is history. But to me, this is a great deal. $165 for Ganymede in 100 ml. Get it before it runs out. It's a tester. And normally 100 ml is $300 because that is a great price for $165. You're, like I said, you're almost saving 50% off on that. Next, we're going to the house of Hermes. This is Eau de Hermes for something more daring and animalic. This is a classic fragrance dating back to the 50s or 60s. I can't remember. I believe it's created by Edmond Rudnitska. And it's super spicy. And it's cumin forward. So if you don't like cumin, this is not one for you. But there's a tester for $65. It's a classic you should have. Look at that beautiful photo on the back. Oh man, I think it's very sexy. Once in a while, there's a very musky, leathery undertone there that kind of comes off really strong. But to me, the cumin is amazing in this, really awesome. So 100 ml for $65 as a tester. Normally 100 ml is $180. So if you don't mind buying testers, get it. It's a great scent. Very classic, daring for sure. Not for the faint of heart, but if you love perfume history, you've got to have this in your collection because it's super amazing. Really awesome. So that is Eau de Hermes from the house of Hermes. Now we've got Caron Pour un Homme de Caron in the Parfum edition. This 75 ml bottle I had bought in Paris. I think I paid around 150 euros for it. It is $65 in the 75 ml bottle right now, and it's totally worth having this. If you are a fan of the original Caron Pour un Homme de Caron, which happens to be one of my all-time favorite men's fragrances because my dad wore it, you've got to have the Parfum edition. It's much more concentrated, super intense, and the lavender is in your face. The musks that are in here are super sexy, and then there's also vanillic notes and ambery notes that are also amplified in here as well. The lavender, it's almost like you're chopping lavender or you're picking or rubbing your hands against the lavender. It smells that alive in this. Super amplified, intense, highly concentrated, and an amazing update to the original Caron Pour un Homme de Caron. The lavender in here is magic. I absolutely love it. Instantly transports me to the lavender fields in France, in the south of France. So get that before it runs out. 75 ml for $65. It's a great scent, guys. If you haven't gotten it yet and you are a fan of the original, you must have the Parfum in your collection. Last but not least, we're talking about Carolina Herrera's Stallion Leather, this one right here. So I recently ordered a Tonka fragrance from the house. I bought it, but I haven't opened it up yet. I will talk about it in the next video. But this is Stallion Leather. Normally this is $350. It's right now selling for $190. This is Jordi Fernandez, I believe. It's a leather that's slightly animalic, very dry, very spicy, kind of leaning to the Middle Eastern direction. But it's interesting. Didn't he do Oud Stallion for Maison Crivellli? And then he also did Stallion Leather. And I think Oud Stallion is also leathery. They must love that name, that word stallion, right? But I kind of like... Do I like this one more than Oud Stallion? I have to do a comparison side by side, which I like better. But I'm somewhat leaning toward this one more than the Maison Crivellli when it comes to the Stallion. But Oud Stallion obviously has oud, and I can't remember if Stallion Leather has oud as well. But to me, it's smelling great today. What do you guys think? So that's normally $350. It's currently $190. Anyway, that's the whole list of fragrances, guys. Take advantage of these deals right away before things run out. Again, everything is timestamp tagged. It is on the left and the bottom. There should be a button. Sometimes the The button rotates with whatever it's showing. Sometimes it's like a button and an icon. Other times it rotates to products. And since everything is timestamp tagged, when I'm speaking about a product, it'll be rotating a photo of that fragrance I'm talking about, and then the icon that's there. You click that, it opens up another window, and all the products are there. These are not linked in the info box because these are via YouTube shopping. Anyway, thanks so much for watching today's video. If you have any questions or comments, please list below. Please interact with the video, do some commenting, like the video, please share it as well so it helps with the YouTube algorithm. And then don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon so you'll be notified for future videos and anything else that I might have on the channel. Thanks again for watching. I'll be back with another video very soon. Have a good one. Bye-bye.